All right. What did you learn about your guys in the first week that maybe you didn't know prior?
This first week, I think we got some guys that can make plays. We were, wondering how well we progressed from spring to now, in the new system, and I think they're understanding and getting a good grasp of Coach Grantham's defense.
For me, Pio was a kind of wipe the brow moment, like this kid has it. It seems like. He moved up pretty quickly. What have you seen from him?
Well, we knew, from his experience at Washington and, his experience at junior college, his film was very impressive. So we expected big things from him coming in, and he's lived up to that so far.
If you had three starters right now, who would they be?
We do have three starters right now, and right now it's Rankins, Dubose, and Brown. And I think we got a couple of guys that are, pushing those guys, which is what we want. Board.
How many of those guys, how many do you think you'd play during a game? Is it 8? Is it 10? 6?
Well, that's a hard question just because we consider some of those outside linebackers D linemen in certain situations. So, as far as just strictly D linemen, probably about 6 to 7. But that really just depends on depth.
Yeah. So you got your first three. Those guys have been with the first team for a while.
We have our first three, and then in that second group, we got 3 more guys we feel like can help us and are going to play for us. And then, we want to keep bringing those young guys along as well.
You've seen Bobby through several stages at different schools, and then, you're here, and then, you've seen him all along. How has he changed personality-wise? I mean, do you tell your guys, oh, you should have seen it back when, that kind of stuff?
I try to tell our guys that, go and talk to him off the field because he's a different person off the field when he's not coaching. He only coaches one way, and that's hard, from coach to player to trainer. He's going to get after it when we, cross those white lines. But off the field, he's a great person, and, guys just got to take that opportunity to get to know him.
On the field, have you seen changes from the first time he was here to the second time?
No, I think our offense is going to be explosive, just like it was in every stop he's ever been at.
Mm-hmm. And then off the field, you said?
Off the field, yeah, he's loosened up a little bit, and he loves to have coaches and our families come around, and he loves to interact with kids. He loves kids. Most people don't know that about him. He really lights up when he sees real young faces looking up at him.
I've had more than a few people tell me that once he had grandkids.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. My kids were his first grandchildren, so he, that was a special time in his life, and he enjoys seeing them every day.
Yeah. This first week, Bobby's notorious for the hours that he works and puts in. What has it been like for the coaches, especially with these double sessions?
It's been nothing that we wouldn't expect. We're trying to go win a championship, and we're going to do everything possible we can as far as getting players in the right positions to succeed.
D'Angelo is one of those guys that when he came in, he immediately set the freshman weightlifting record. Does he still have that ability when you all test out?
He does. He put on a clinic this summer when we maxed out, and I think that's on YouTube somewhere. But he's a guy that's going to be a great player for us, and we just got to continue to keep him healthy. He sat out all last year with an injury, but he's had no problems. He got through spring well, and right now I think he's doing a great job.
What are some of those numbers? You got any of his?
I think he's a 500-pound bench presser, which is amazing to me.
Yeah.
But when you watch him play, it shows up. He's a hard guy to move.
And I think when he was a freshman, he had 31 reps at 225.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't here then, but I know he would probably be the top guy with any upper body lift.
Yeah. So after D'Angelo, who's next on that list?
Probably John Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He's John Miller.
John Miller. Yeah,
John Miller. Him and Jamon, they're like brothers, so I confuse
really
them sometimes. But John Miller, he's probably the next strongest guy on the team, followed probably by Sheldon.
Yeah. Sheldon's a guy that the fans have buzzed about for a while. Describe him. What makes him effective?
I think the best way to describe him is I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised with the step that he's taken from last season to this season. I think he's right on the cusp of becoming a great player. Right now, he's a really good player for us. I think with some experience, in a couple big games, I think he's right there ready to become that great player that we've been looking for.
circle back to Bobby for just a second. What makes him so effective?
I think his knowledge of the game. You know, most people would consider him, you know, one of the best offensive minds in football, but you know, the thing about it is he understands defense, you know, probably better than most defensive coaches. So I think that aspect gives him a, you know, a good light on both sides of the ball. You know, so we're not too offense, too defense. You know, we're becoming a team, and we're all doing things, you know, to help the team get better.
The other day in all 22s, he noticed that one of the guys, I think it was tight end, had his hand in the dirt incorrectly, the fingers down or fist down or something like that. Have you had moments like that where you're like, how did he even see that?
Absolutely, yeah, because he pays attention to the details.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you have to be about to be a great offense or defense. You know, all 11 guys got to be all on the same page every single play.
Can you think of an instance like that recently, or maybe sometime this week where he caught something in film? Or
Yeah, he watches the secondary a lot. It has a lot to do with the quarterback play, and you know, if one of those guys, if his depth's not correct, or if he has the wrong foot up, or he doesn't have the right leverage, you know, those things stand out to him.